Hi guys, we are group 5 and we're talking about planning for retirement before you even have a career. I know most of us are still in school, so we don't have a career yet, but it is really important to start planning now for the future that you want to have. So the first thing that we wanted to talk about was Social Security. So the article that we based our presentation off of, Edward Jones said, at some point in time, there won't be any reserves left for them to pull from. So basically, Social Security is not the best form of retirement. I know, like my grandparents, that's their main form of retirement, and it's not the greatest. And Social Security reserves are expected to run out by 2033, which is just in 12 years. And the article talked about how this has a major impact on the people who are in their 50s or so that are planning to retire within this next decade. If that was something that they were heavily relying on for their retirement, that will have a major impact on them. They said that about 76% of benefits are to be expected, and that Social Security is actually not even designed to be the retirement plan that it has been used for in the past. And so it's really important to have other options. One other thing as far as Social Security is the effects that COVID-19 has had. We know it's had a major impact on our economy. A lot of people lost jobs, and there was a lot of random things like spikes in sales on toilet paper and food, like all the stores being wiped out, that increased sales in grocery stores and kind of caused some weird things to happen in the economy that had a major effect, as well as a lot of people dying and a decreased birth rate. And so this has affected how the Social Security Reserve Fund is functioning, and it's slowly diminishing over time. And so it's really not the greatest thing to rely on. So Caitlin's going to tell us how to prepare for other forms of retirement.
Okay, so how do we prepare now? We should think about retiring long before we want to retire. Retiring is not something that can be done short term, and time makes our money. So we need to be thinking about it and planning for it way beforehand so that we have that time for our money to grow, so that we are prepared. And this diagram shows the different monthly Social Security benefit amounts that would come with the different ages that you decide to start receiving benefits, starting at 62. And it shows that the earlier you decide to start receiving Social Security benefits, the more time your money will have to grow and the higher your monthly benefit amount would be. So in the end, the younger you start, the more money you'll be given in the end from Social Security benefits. And on our next slide, you can assess your current retirement savings plan to prepare now. With the potential Social Security reduction due to the pandemic, we should be taking that into consideration for our current plan and our future plan. And look at your current plan or think of a future plan if you have none, and gauge how the cut, that potential cut, would affect that plan and what you should do about it. To calculate these benefits and what they'll look like after the estimated reduction, you use your Social Security statement, and the article suggests to take the estimated monthly benefits that you get or are projected to get based on the different filing ages, and then reduce it by a quarter. And that figure is what you can expect per month after this potential cut. And after assessing your savings plan, make adjustments to it. So if that calculated amount is not enough with the addition of your own savings, Then the article also suggests that savers over 50 years old can contribute more than the annual maximum to their retirement accounts. And this is known as catch-up contributions because Social Security should, like we've mentioned, should not be your main source of retirement. It's added to your own savings. And use the IRA. Us younger savers should regularly contribute as much as we can to employer-sponsored plans or IRAs or Roth IRAs that can be set up independently. Take advantage of retirement programming as it exists before you turn 50 years old. Again, allowing your money more time to grow. And if your employer offers a 401k and a match, then take advantage of that as well and contribute to your 401k along with the match of your employer. And the best thing we can do to prepare now is to act now. The sooner the better, and the sooner and earlier, the more maximized our benefits will be. So more time equals more money.
Okay, so why does this matter to us? We're young, and like Michaela said, we're still in school, and most of us are working to eventually get into our careers. But in the end, it's good to start preparing now. Like Caitlin said, when it comes to investing, the younger you start investing, the more that your money will create interest on itself and become more beneficial to you in the long run, versus if you start later, you're going to have to put more in order to get anything out of it. But even so, it's not going to be what you could have had you started younger. When it comes to your own health, we all know we've been in places, we might even be in them now as college students, where money is tight. You've seen your parents or grandparents, or in your current life, where you're stressed because you don't have enough money to pay for basic needs or to be able to do anything fun, anything that you want to do. And it can sometimes affect the relationships you have with other people. So thinking long term down the road, when you're 65 and not working, you want to be able to be financially stable, and for yourself and for the people that you live with, so you can help your family, you can continue paying bills without having to work. And then again, there are long-term effects, like this list here shows. Imagine, and we all have grandparents that we've seen who seem to be able to do all these fun things because they don't work, they have their own time. I've had multiple patients tell me I can come in anytime because I'm retired. You get to do what you want to do on your own time. You can travel. You can see a lot of people here from Utah go and do mission work, and they're able to afford it and come home and still be financially stable. You have time to work on your own hobbies, and you don't have to rely on working in order to get by. And as we know that our bodies decline, it's not always a possibility. So it will save you so much in the long run, along with your emotional health. So, and not to mention travel. A lot of people are able to travel once they're retired because they have the money saved up, and then they come home and they still have money to take care of all of their regular monthly bills. Okay.